worked together in the lab for years, experimenting with the Garden of Eden creation kit.
I sense that you have come seeking answers.
My partner and I, we had spent long hours in the lab.
Gordon's alive!
We were so close.
It has been a lonely existence.
Not just as colleagues, but as partners. In every sense of the word.
I have always held on to the hope
We were both passionate.
that one day Gordon would come and find me.
I was turned into a tree. And my love, he didn't make it.
Are you saying that is actually possible?
I miss him so much.
Love is a powerful force that connects us to one another.
Every day, I feel like a part of me is missing.
It is what gives our lives meaning.
We were experimenting with the Gek in ways that had never been done before.
Without love, we would be lost, wandering aimlessly through this world.
And we knew that there was a chance that something bad could happen.
Love brings us joy, happiness, and fulfillment. It is the foundation of all human relationships. And it is what makes life worth living.
But as we spent more time together, I couldn't help but feel drawn to him. At first, I didn't know what it was. But then, one day, we were sitting together, and I felt this warmth in my chest. It was like nothing I had ever experienced before. I knew then that I was in love with him. We kept our relationship hidden, of course. Smythe would have never allowed it. And not because of anything untoward, but just because their love was their work, and they felt we should be the same. But we were happy together. At least, for a while. And of course, there are always those who would prefer to see the world remain as it is, rather than taking a chance on something new. I'm a freak of nature, if you want to be blunt about it. An abomination that shouldn't exist. My dear friends, I know that the world outside can be harsh and unforgiving. But we have found a way to live in harmony with nature, to coexist with the trees and animals. We must protect ourselves from outsiders, but not with violence. No. We must remain calm and tranquil in the face of danger. We must practice meditation and yoga to strengthen our minds and bodies, to be at peace with ourselves and with the world around us. But make no mistake, my friends. We cannot be soft. We cannot be weak. We must be strong and resolute. For there are those who would seek to destroy us. We must be vigilant and prepared to defend ourselves. But we must do so with a clear mind and a pure heart. We must not let fear and anger consume us, for that is not the way. We must be the example for others to follow, to show them that there is a better way. Remember, my friends, we are all connected. We are all part of the same tree of life, and we must treat each other with respect and kindness. We must be the caretakers of this land, to protect it and preserve it for future generations. Together, we can create a world where the trees and the animals thrive, where peace and tranquility reign. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world. Well, well, well. Look who's come to visit old Gordon. What brings you here, my friend? I'm a freak of nature, if you want to be blunt about it. An abomination that shouldn't exist. But here I am, living proof that anything can happen in this twisted world. May I inquire as to what has brought you to our humble settlement? That's very kind of you. But we're doing all right for the most part. We have enough food and water to get by, and we've even managed to build some defenses to keep the hooligans and mutants at bay. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but we're managing. Actually, now that you mention it, there is one thing you could help us with. We've been having some trouble with a group of dryads that have been harassing our followers on the road. If you could take care of them, we'd be very grateful. I have no idea why they've been getting so aggressive. They usually leave us be. They tend to hang around the other end of the airport. It's a dangerous place to be, but that's where they've been spotted the most. They're a threat to the people living nearby. They attack anyone who comes near the airport, and they're getting bolder. We need to take them out before someone gets hurt. I can offer you some supplies and ammunition, as well as these, tickets you wanderers tend to use. And, of course, my gratitude. That's very kind of you. I appreciate your willingness to help, whether you agree with the mission or not. If you take care of these dryads, you'll make the area safer for everyone. Thank you for agreeing to help, my young friend. It's not every day that a stranger wishes to offer their assistance. May nature bless you.
It's like out of a storybook. After that tussle. Bothering us anytime soon?
Welcome back, my friend. I wasn't expecting you so soon. Have you come back to bask in the glory of our humble settlement? I'm so glad that you've been able to help. Those dryads were causing a lot of trouble for travelers trying to get to the airport. Happy to see things are a bit safer now. Thank you, though. It's good news either way. We can't have them preying on our people like that. Yeah, take this as a token of my appreciation. I must say, I am sad to see those dryads go. I always considered them like my kin. Aggressive kin, but kin. But I knew they had to be dealt with one day. But that's what troubles me. The aggression. They were never normally that bad. Something has changed. You see, there is a laboratory below our settlement, where I was mutated into this form. I fear that something has happened down there. Something that has caused the Dryads to act out of character. May I ask for your help again, my friend? I need you to go down there and investigate. I apologize for the lengthy story I'm about to give, my friend. But I believe it's important to understand the history of our settlement and the events that have led up to the current situation. I was there when the issues started. My partner and I. We both worked for the Ministry of Information. We had agreed to work on a project designed to help the war effort. We had spent long hours in the lab with the sole goal of trying to reverse engineer a Garden of Eden creation kit that the government had found, confiscated from the Americans. We worked together in the lab for years, experimenting with the Garden of Eden creation kit. We were so close. Not just as colleagues, but as partners, in every sense of the word. But then, the unthinkable happened. The project went terribly wrong, and the kit exploded. I was turned into a tree, and my love, he didn't make it. I miss him so much. Every day, I feel like a part of me is missing. But I know he would want me to carry on, to keep living, and to keep fighting for what we believed in. That's why I need your help to uncover the truth about what really happened in that lab. While I don't think that my partner's death and the explosion are what is causing the Dryads to turn more hostile, something has clearly changed in their environment. And since I believe the lab is the cause of it, it's the most logical place to start. I'll do whatever it takes to find out, to get to the bottom of this, and find out what really happened. I need you to go to the lab and see if you can find any clues as to what's causing the Dryads to get so aggressive. I fear the worst. Anything you need to know, I will answer. It was a terrible day. My partner and I were working in the lab, trying to reverse engineer the GEC. We knew the risks, but we believed that the potential benefits were worth it. The GEC was unstable, and we knew that there was a chance that something bad could happen. But we never expected it to be as catastrophic as it was. Yes. It was a tragic event. My partner and I were working on reverse engineering the GEC when something went terribly wrong. There was an unexpected reaction, and the device suddenly became more unstable. It was a massive explosion. The entire lab was destroyed, and my partner was caught in the blast. I was able to escape, but I was badly injured. I've been living as a tree ever since. It's hard to say for certain. We were experimenting with the GEC in ways that had never been done before. It's possible that we made a mistake somewhere along the way. Or maybe it was just a freak accident. It's also possible someone else was involved. Some form of sabotage. We were keeping our work under wraps, but there were always rumors circulating about what we were doing. And of course, there are always those who would prefer to see the world remain as it is, rather than taking a chance on something new. It's entirely possible that it was someone who didn't want us to succeed in our work, but I'll never know for sure. Maybe it was us. Maybe it was them. Ultimately, it's irrelevant. the result is the same. He was closest to the device when it exploded. I hardly managed to get out myself. It was the last time I saw him. It's possible that it was destroyed in the explosion, but it's also possible that someone took it. If you come across any information about the Gek, please let me know. Thank you, my friend. It would mean a lot to me to finally have some closure on this matter. It was a difficult time for both of us, but being able to work together made it a little easier. We were both passionate about our work, but as we spent more time together, I couldn't help but feel drawn to him. At first, I didn't know what it was. But then, one day, we were sitting together, and I felt this warmth in my chest. It was like nothing I had ever experienced before. I knew then that I was in love with him. We kept our relationship hidden, of course. Smythe would have never allowed it. And not because of anything untoward, but just because their love was their work, and they felt we should be the same. But we were happy together. At least, for a while. You see, I believe that the explosion of the Garden of Eden creation kit somehow affected me differently. Maybe it's because of my genetic makeup, or maybe it was just pure chance. But ever since that day, I've been slowly transforming into this tree man. At first, it was just a few leaves here and there, but over time, it's become more and more pronounced. I don't know what's going to happen to me in the end. Maybe I'll keep transforming until I'm nothing but a statue in the ground. Or maybe I'll revert back to my old self. But for now, I'm trying to make the best of what I have. And that means helping those around me and protecting them from the dangers of the wasteland. I'm sorry to say, but there's no cure for what happened to me. The transformation is irreversible. Well, there are certain remedies that can help ease the physical discomforts of being a tree man. But they're only temporary measures. As for slowing down the process, there's no surefire way to do that either. It's just something I've learned to live with, as best I can. I suppose that would be one way to do it. But I think I'd rather stay a tree than become firewood. Great news. Thank you for your assistance, young one.
Blimey, that's a lot of...
Yeah. 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 Ugh. Ugh. Yeah.
Hello there, traveler. I sense that you have come seeking answers. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'll be sure to spruce things up next time you come around. I've always wanted to be a superhero, but being a tree wasn't quite the power up I was hoping for. Gordon's alive! I have spent many years in this state, unable to move or communicate with anyone, until you found me. It has been a lonely existence, but I have always held on to the hope that one day Gordon would come and find me. Are you saying that is actually possible? Love is a powerful force that connects us to one another. It is what gives our lives meaning and purpose. Without love, we would be lost, wandering aimlessly through this world. Love brings us joy, happiness, and fulfillment. It is the foundation of all human relationships. And it is what makes life worth living. But if Gordon seeks out the answers to such a simple question, I can aid you. A signal alarm came through the Pindar from another when a self-destruction alert was triggered. It caused the local security system here to go on high alert and interrupted the synapse between the Dryads and myself. As you can see, I've become a synapse tree due to the Gek growing out of me. Much like how I am now one with the Gek. It seems I've also become one with the Dryads. The fix to their agitation is so easy. A simple flicked switch will cease the alarm. Then we can all return to the peace from which we came. Good. I can see why Gordon invested so much trust in you. It will be a long time before I can properly reconnect my synapse and aid in the restoration of peace with the Dryads. However, we are on the right path, and with patience and determination, we will achieve it. I know that Gordon is out there somewhere, and I am grateful that you have found him. Please, tell him that I love him, and that I will always be with him. Even in this form. If Gordon is alive, I can only assume that he shares my fate. I understand now why he never came to look for me. I can control the power of the Gek. Now I know he exists. I can delay its power so he may visit. Please, tell him this. Until we meet again, be safe and journey on. Remember, traveler, that everything in this world is connected. We are all part of a greater whole, and our actions have consequences that ripple through the universe. Choose your path carefully, and always strive to do what is right.
I can't believe you managed to open that door. I've been trying for years. Did you discover the cause of the Triad's aggression? Synapse tree? What are you talking about? Wait, what aren't you telling me? What? Is he alive? Where is he? Thank you for telling me. I never thought I'd see him again, let alone in that form. I have to see him, no matter the risk. I'm in shock, friend. I've been searching for him for so long. I don't care what he's become. He's still my partner. But a tree, that's unexpected. I never thought it was possible for anyone else to be like me. But to be static and unable to move. Still, he's alive, and that's all that matters. Thank you for finding him. You have done me a great service. I must see him, even if it means risking my own mutation. I'll figure out a way to get in the lab. Come back in a few days. I need to prepare to see him. I will have something for you as well.